What? You didn't think we was gonna come back this fast, did you, bitch? Did you? Back again. Who is it? The nigga hurricane. In the house again, said the pack of men. Ladies and gentlemen, front, left, right. We back again. We ride this bitch. Let's start off like this. I told y'all niggas wait till J Nutty get out. We cutthroat carjack you for your cut to get out. Every real hoppers wait, niggas. Y'all deal rocks. I'm puffing again. I stay blowing like Jill Scott. Think I'm about to get what's rightfully mine. I'ma either getting it right in these rounds or even discharging these rifles and dimes. In the kitchen, sitting slicing them dimes. Live every minute to the fullest like my life on the line. And I ride dirty, no registration. Dropped out, no education. Clock out with no hesitation. Then I'm taking out your confederation. Not the street pharmacist. Hit me if you need some more medication. See my niggas copy keys in the station, making statements and back to the bases, get the wavy gas in their faces. Then I'm sick of niggas rapping the spaceship. Herc time up, fuck it. It's time to take it back to the basement. Rock bottom is the name of the clique. The airport too hot, so I'm hopping on the train with this brick and still thugging with my thing on my hip. I got the hollows with the name of the tip. I got the products, the taking the six. If I get caught up, I'm taking the fifth. What y'all niggas know about that? Detroit all day. I'm back again. Detroit hip hop stories. You know what it is. We just got done going in on the last video talking about Obi Trice and D12. Now we got to go to the street side of this shit and talk about Big Hurt, which I feel he's like the lyrical nigga of that street shit, you know. And we're about to get off into it. Hold on, let me this video gonna be an hour and some change. So enjoy. This is the story of Big Hurt. I think this is it. Fucking ass, man. Bullshit. What the fuck? I'm trying to press the button, bitch.
Let's start off, man. Let's just go back in time. Let's go to the very beginning. Um, your first time making music. Let's start with that. And what got you into the studio in the first place?
First time making music, I was like in the '80s, mid '80s.
Wow.
Early to mid '80s. I got into it like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Seeing it on TV, hearing it. Some of the groups that was out back then was like Run DMC that just came out, LL Cool J, mainly East Coast. So I heard it, got into it, liked doing it, kept doing it. We used to be really into like hip hop in a heavy way. We was into street stuff too, but the hip hop form, like with the breaking and all, I used to break dance and all. I was 100 pounds.
It sounds just like how Esham started off. They loved how the motherfucking hip hop shit moved them. Because like Esham was born in New York, but he moved to Detroit.
Lighter. But I used to break dance and all that, and we was rapping. Same way about Jay, mainly East Coast. So I heard it, got into it, liked doing it, kept doing it. We used to be really into like hip hop in a heavy way. We was into street stuff too, but the hip hop form, like with the breaking and all, I used to break dance and all. I was 100 pounds lighter, but I used to break dance and all that, and we was rapping. Same way everybody started in the lunchroom, banging on the tables, rapping, and kept doing it, and got to where I'm at.
You see, like, how relevant dancing has gotten back in Detroit right now. Do you feel like it did take a break, or was it kind of just music videos?
I mean, you got cats still be kind of doing it a little bit, but a lot of cats, they so hard, man. They ain't trying to get out there and really be doing a bunch of dancing, man. But it's coming back somewhat. Some cats dance. Back then, the cats used to dance, pistol on them and everything, so don't get it twisted. They wasn't soft.
I feel like just dancing. I feel like Sada Baby broke that barrier again for people to get comfortable dancing again and getting on camera and going.
Yeah, they try to say that Sada Baby is bringing back dancing and shit. Nigga, what Sada Baby's doing is wilding. He wilding on camera. If y'all watch Sada Baby's music, man, Sada Baby is from Detroit. Like, he's from the street, like local scene and shit. But this nigga be on the motherfucking videos clowning.
Wow, like that. But with the time you're talking about, it was a relevant thing in hip hop. Hip hop is a part of Dancing is a part of hip hop.
All of it. Yeah.
So for you, seeing these two different kind of eras and times, it must be kind of interesting. Walk us through that, though, man. You know, what was hip hop like in Detroit in the '80s?
Well, it was young, man. It just started. You know what I mean? We wasn't getting a whole lot of promo and nothing like that, so it was kind of word of mouth then. Everybody was trying to do it, but it wasn't but so many people really getting a good look because they wasn't really the light wasn't on Detroit at that time. Once Berry Gordy left with Motown and went out west, it seemed like it got kind of stagnant here musically, period. Because, it wasn't rap until like that.
And it's the same thing Esham said. Like Berry Gordy left, the shit got, like it was nothing here. And then that wicked shit rose up. You start hearing Esham, Brother Lynch, Detroit's Most Wanted. Shit got real, shit got wicked.
So even before then, it was a lot of dance rap, different stuff, but it was just stagnant. We had like shows like The Scene, the new dance show. And, that's where you could go if you want to dance and all that. But rap was kind of young. I came out like in the era like Chaos and Maestros, Detroit Most Wanted, AWOL, Smiley, Jada the D, Awesome Dre. That's like, let's say, mid-'80s. Actually, it was a little rapping going on even before then. Like on songs, there'd be a bridge where there's a rap that come in, like Captain Rock and shit like that. But that's when it started.
So a song would kind of break. So it'd be like a normal song that would break into rap. Like when you would listen to
back in the day, yeah, the first forms of it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like somebody rapping or something. I mean, it'd be somebody singing or a dance type of song, and then the rap would come in like a bridge back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Captain Rock and stuff like that. You gotta look that up. You see what I'm talking about.
I wonder if it was a form of like poetry to some degree when they were thinking about it being a rap at that moment.
Well, at that time, that was more of a dance type rap, so it wasn't so much poetry, just to get the party hype.
Okay.
Even in the earlier days in New York, you know what I'm saying? They had the people like the Busy Bees and all that. Came out back in the era like Cool Herc and Melly Mel, and they'd just be saying like chants. Clap your hands, everybody, blah, 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 and throw your hands. They wasn't really rapping like rapping, just a chant between the song.
Okay.
And then it started becoming real rap like when Kumo D and cats like that, and this is New York history. You know what I'm saying? He was battle rapping and stuff like that, so.
Yeah.
But we was starting out, like I say, like early to mid-'80s. In Detroit, with them groups I just named, and a lot more than that actually. But I don't want to miss nobody. But there's a lot of groups, man. They just wasn't getting a major look. Oh, Prince Vince, Hip Hop Force, gotta give a shout out to Vince. Like I say, so it's a lot of guys, man.
At that time, obviously, it's kind of a new genre to some degree.
Yeah, it was.
It's just breaking in. Do you remember your first experience actually hearing hip hop, like a full track? Do you remember what artist it was?
Like I said, I was listening to Cat. You talking about here or just worldwide?
I would say worldwide.
Well, yeah, like I said, Run DMC's and LL Cool J's and The Message by Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Broken Glass, everywhere. People pissed, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we had back then, you know what I'm saying? It was East Coast mainly. You ain't hear nothing really, nobody else. It was mainly the East Coast. Then the West Coast came on slowly, so it's basically East and West at one time. But we was always doing stuff here, man. Like I say, we just didn't get the big looks, but it was cats who got
Yeah, because East Coast was letting them in, West Coast doing their thing. South broke their own motherfucking walls to the motherfucking breakthrough, but the Midwest was just saying that they couldn't fuck with that wicked shit, that acid rap. The motherfucking fast lyrical shit.
Awesome Dre was signed to Priority, who was the same company that signed Ice Cube and NWA. In the Straight Outta Compton movie, Ice Cube was in there. We just didn't get the big looks, but it was cats who got signed. Awesome Dre was signed to Priority, who was the same company that signed Ice Cube and NWA. In the Straight Outta Compton movie, Ice Cube was in there tearing the office up. That was Priority.
Yeah, sure.
That was Brian Turner. You know what I'm saying? That's who ran Priority. He out of business now, but Awesome Dre had to deal with them. He from Detroit. Boss was signed to Def Jam, first female from Detroit. All this was like in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Mid-'80s going to the late 80s. So cats was doing stuff, it just wasn't no money.
So you're basically working, but it's not like the paper that they're seeing today.
Nah, nowhere near. Like I say, people was getting on as far as getting little deals and stuff. So they's making noise a little bit, but First of all, with no social media either. So you didn't get to see the exposure. You didn't get to go to YouTube and just pull up something and look. Wasn't no social media. Wasn't no MySpace. Wasn't no Facebook, Black Planet, Twitter, Instagram, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, back then it was the video jukebox. You can play a couple dollars and they'll play a video or something like that. That was it, unless you get on BET Uncut and all that. And that was even later on after that. But the first earlier forms of promotion was the video jukebox, and that was it, man. Wasn't none of that social media stuff, none of the stuff everybody got now. So it was a real grind, man.
What part of Detroit did you end up growing up in?
From the west side.
Okay, and going through listening to the music that's being released at that time and growing up, how did it reflect? Like, what kind of vibes are you getting at that time? Listening to that music.
The vibes he was getting was, I told y'all niggas, wait till Janetta get out. Be cutthroat, carjacking for your cutty get out. Every real coppers wait, niggas, y'all doing rocks. I'm pumping the gan, I'm stay blowing like just, nigga said pumping the gan. Do y'all remember GANs, nigga? Do y'all remember GAN, nigga? I don't think y'all do. That shit used to stink. Nah, do y'all remember GAN, nigga?
Up in that era, how did it kind of help develop you?
GAN was the reason why niggas motherfucker was traveling with the packs. These niggas have to use orange pills and dryer sheets to cover up the goddamn smell, my nigga. And that's a fact.
Well, the music back then was a little bit more, it wasn't that street. You know, the street music started coming more so when the West Coast got into the game, you know what I mean? I mean, cats was talking street stuff, but, you know, as far as the game mentality and, you know, all the stuff that you're hearing now, that kind of stemmed from the, you know, the West Coast style with the gangs and all that. But back then, cats was talking about the streets and flossing and trying to shine, you know what I'm saying? Sugar Hill Gang. They was talking about the flat screen TV so that I could see the Knicks play basketball, and I got this and that. Everybody was kind of braggadocious because, you know, we wanted to have something. So it wasn't really too much street people talking about choppers and pistol play. It was more so rap, and then it was like party rap, braggadocious rap, and kind of like conscious rap. Them was the main three things at the beginning. Like I say, Melly Mel with the message, Run DMC with It's Like That, Hard Times. People was telling their stories of what's going on in the hood. And at the same time, they was giving you something to dance to too. So it was more of them two parts of rap.
When did you start getting involved in actually creating the music in a studio? Did you get into a studio for your first recording, or like what was your first recording process like?
Yeah, we did get in the studio to record. You got to be somewhere to record, actual recording. So we was in the studio, but we didn't know what we was doing, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to figure it out. Cats was still experimenting with stuff, cut a few demos, stuff like that. Kept working, kept getting better. You know, we had the reels back then. We had Pro Tools and all that. They had the little reels, inch reels.
Well, the only reason I bring that up is because I know you can only be in a studio to record, but everybody always finds the ghetto-ass way to do it.
They might grab a little microphone something and try to do.
No, you can get a tape recorder.
I know, and try to rap over it and stop it and pause it. And,
yeah,
I used to do that. I used to have a motherfucking old tape recorder. Recording my motherfucking tracks just to keep my motherfucking flows memorized and shit. You know, and motherfucker, like if I feel like I have some bars to spit, I motherfucking put it down on the recorder, get back home, you like write it down and delete the tape. You know, and like get ready to put some new shit on. I had it like a tape that I motherfucking walk around with and think of bars, and I had another tape where I'm just actually motherfucking like rapping on it with my own beat. I used to if I didn't have my CD player and my CD player was fucked up or whatever, I used to put my CD player on my PlayStation and play it off the TV speaker. You know, like, you know, I get on the side of the TV where the sound come out, and I just motherfucking hit record on my motherfucking player and press play on my PlayStation and play my beat, and I just start rapping. Or like sometimes I do with the CD player. Me and my homeboy was motherfucking rapping on the porch in the projects. Nigga had the big ass speaker, nigga had the motherfucking recorder, nigga, and we just go rap our ass off.
Yeah, man.
We just freestyle. I never really did that too much. I wanted to really get in the studio and record something. So
now, in the beginning, I was freestyling. You know, Big Herc said, like, you know, like he never really freestyle. He wanted to get in the motherfucking booth and record something. Me, like, I was just happy just You like to know that the hood recognized me, school recognized me a little bit. So I'm like, shit, nigga, like I'll go fuck around rap that. But when I met my little brother's friend Kevin, he said his mama do rapping and shit, and I met his mama, and his mama had the studio, and I'm talking about like nigga, she paid bread to hook her basement and her attic up to have the studio with the see-through glass and shit, the high quality mic and high quality mixer. This mother, woo, I mean, this woman was the truth. My first studio experience. And I think I can remember part of my first verse. Oh, like my motherfucking song. It was like roll up on a block, guns cock, non-stop, pop, pop, drop the cop, keep the fucking streets locked. I was like, oh shit, nigga, I saw it cold on a fucking studio tip. I saw it more dark. I was like, whoa, dog, like like this is a lot different from hearing myself on a fucking tape. And then I went to another studio. Shout out to HPMC. Nigga, that's how I got my name known in HP. HP is Highland Park. You know. Shouts out to HPMC, man. I ain't say HPMC in a long time.
Much. I wanted to really get the studio.
It was Highland Park Music Company.
Record some, so I was gonna do that. I just freestyle and we just do it like that. I couldn't even afford no recorder to do that. I ain't had nothing like that. We just freestyling, beatboxing. That's how we was doing it, man.
Okay, talk about your first experience in the studio, kind of what you remember from that day.
How can the private sector better engage with underrepresented communities, creating pipelines to employment?
But this channel was Kid L.
First experience in the studio. First experience with my man Earn, his basement back in the day. Shout out to Earn, man. It was different, man, because it wasn't no beatboxing and beating on the table. We really in front of a mic. There's a board out there. He leveling stuff, tweaking stuff. And we cut a few demos and whatnot. But as time go, everything get better and better. So back then we had what we had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that was just like how it was with everywhere that I went. You know what I'm saying? Like started from my first studio experience with her name was Pure. That was her rap name. Her name was Pure, so I'm gonna call her Pure. So Pure Studio, she had two studios. She had a studio in her attic and a studio in her basement. So like I guess if the one in the attic was fucking up, she'll go to the basement. But like the attic had the glass on motherfucking, like window to see through. But the basement didn't. I don't think it did. I'm not really sure. It was a long time ago. This is 2003 we're talking about. I'm 1 year in the rap game. Feel me? So, but like when I get the HPMC, nigga, I'm rapping in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Rapping in the closet in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? They could have turned the light on, man, but like I don't think they could find the motherfucking light bulb. But I'm not really sure. I was like, shit, I can rap in the darkness. I remember this shit. So like my first like 7, 8 fucking songs in the booth, like nigga, I'm in that bitch on some memory. So yeah, nigga, I ain't really mind the darkness because I saw a crowd of motherfuckers in front of me. I saw myself being on stage, and I dropped my first tracks of Hurricane, On Fire, Doing My Thing. I had a track called Do It Girl. Shit, man, I was wildin'. I was fucking wildin'. A song called I Hate You. I talked about the first bitch that played me and shit. I was like, yo, nigga, I had tracks. But like the thing that motherfucker kept my memory was because I already had the songs on different beats. And I always would like rehearse it to myself, have my own little personal concerts in my room or whatnot. Like before I went through my situation with that good for nothing bitch. And I had to get my own place and shit. But like when I met HPMC, yo, man, that shit saved my life. Nigga, real shit, man. I was shit. I had my heart on wax. And my first album is called On Fire. And I'll never forget the time I was in, man. I was angry. That's why I called the album On Fire, man, because I was on fire, like when it comes to my anger. We back. Hell yeah, though. We talking about Big Hurt. I talked about the hip hop. Now, like this is the street nigga shit. This the motherfucker legend of the street side of the music game. But he's given the same story as King Gordy and Esham. He grew up through the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's around their age. You know, So yeah, this is Big Hurt. Like this is like the nigga that like the motherfucking verse I'm spitting at the beginning of the live. I told y'all niggas wait till J Nutty get out. We cut throat carjacking for your cutting. That's Big Hurt. Like I said, like if I'm listening to the motherfucking West Side, I'm listening to Big Hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like he was my favorite. I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Out of the Street Lords, out of out of everybody else I was on the West Side, I fucked with Big Hurt more. When it came to the East Side, it was straight up nigga, Cheddar Boys all day. But just tough talk. You know what I'm saying? There's like nigga, like what happened to the Cheddar Boys? I need to have an origin story of the Cheddar Boys. Because like the only thing I know about the Cheddar Boys is just like through word of mouth. Like motherfuckers was doing some wild shit, got indicted. Like, whoa. Tough Tone get out of jail, come out with some solo shit. I'm like, that's what's up, Tough Tone. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? It was good to hear him. Like as soon as he got out, he went straight to the booth. Same like BG, you know what I'm saying? Detroit show a lot of love to BG. What did BG do as soon as he get out? As soon as he get out, he goes straight to the booth. Now I think he locked back up again for some bullshit. I don't know what the fuck going on with BG now. But BG a real nigga. When it comes to the Detroit hood shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if he got houses out here, but I know he got business out here. That's all I know. And this is coming from the hood itself. Reliable sources. Jeezy still ride through the deep. Yeah, young Jeezy. Yeah, that nigga. All this is alleged. Fuck it, allegedly.
Back then we had what we had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was one of the guys that was able to let us record, didn't charge us nothing. Me and my man Thrust, who passed not too long ago, rest in peace to Thrust. We used to go to
shouts out to HPMC because they ain't charged me either. Shouts out to Pure, she ain't charged me. It was like whenever I go to the studio and they hear me, nigga, like they want to work with me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, nigga. It's like, yo. Nigga, we can do some things, nigga. You a real motherfucking MC. You a real artist. You know what I'm saying? So like every place I went, it was mostly free because everybody mostly did it for the love of music instead of really trying to scam a nigga and try to make a nigga sign a contract to get on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like every studio I went to, it was always free because it was the love of the game. You feel me? But when we did come together and be like, yo, nigga, we gonna sell studio time, bet it up. I was already part of the group. You know what I'm saying? I was already part of the, like part of the corporation, the company. So we charged $20 for 90 minutes. And I know you're like, what? Yeah, nigga, good ass deal. $20 for 90 minutes. Every day. It was like a $5 hot and ready, motherfucker. And if you wanted an additional hour, it was $25. You feel me? So nigga, we had the hood on lock. Real shit. We had the hood on lock. Don't worry, I'm working on my documentary soon. Like I just gotta finish writing down all the shit that I need. But I already got enough people and I got enough music and we got locations. All I gotta do is just pick a day and set everything up. It might be a week process to get all the interviews done, or maybe a little longer. Like it all depends on who I choose for the interview. But I want it to be at least more than 6. My documentary is gonna be the shit. Real shit. My documentary is gonna be the shit. Y'all niggas ain't. Oh my god, y'all niggas ain't ready, bro. Y'all niggas ain't ready. And I'm on the 6th album. The motherfucking 6th album project is almost complete. I got 7 songs already. You already heard my tracks. You feel me? You already heard these tracks, nigga. Yo, it ain't even over. Shouts out to Phenom Rogue One Productions. But I also got to holler at my producer from HPMC. Got to holler at Dirty Boy. I'm going to need some of his beats to do some tracks on too. I want this last album to be legit. I'm trying to do at least, fuck it. I'm trying to do at least 20 tracks, nigga. Like, you know, like this the Flood Returns. I want to at least do 20 tracks or maybe at least 22. I want this one to go all out. And then once all these tracks get put in the master machine and sound perfect, this bitch getting sold for a humbug, nigga. I'm about to pull a Nipsey on y'all, nigga. Like y'all about to get 6 albums and a documentary, nigga. Y'all can't say that's not worth 100. Y'all can't say it's not worth 100. It is. It is. Real shit. If I'm selling the albums $19.99 or $20 a pop, that's like 120. But I'm giving y'all 6 albums and a documentary for 100, nigga. Y'all can't say that's not a deal. If y'all bought Nipsey shit, y'all can buy my shit. Nipsey only gave y'all 1 mixtape. It wasn't even an album. It was a fucking mixtape for 100. To the point it was so cold that Jay-Z bought it.
We used to go there and record all the time over there. So, you know, I really respect her, man, for giving us an outlet to get our music out, at least get it heard and try to put it on something so we can see what we sound like. That was the first studio.
Yeah, shouts out to HPMC again. And shouts out to Pure. You know, Pure was my first studio where I finally got a chance to actually hear myself. You know, we ain't go too far because due to eviction from the projects, I had to go stay with my auntie. So that shit was over because I was going back and forth to her studio. And then I didn't have her number. Couldn't go back to the hood because I had to get enrolled in school and shit. Shouts out to my auntie Pam, RIP, because like that's where I was staying at, you know. So, you know, I was so fucked up and distraught about the whole situation. It was just like goddamn, mom, can't keep a roof over your head. Goddamn, man, it's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was basically like a downward spiral in life from that moment. And that was in the summer of 2004. You know, like shit, because I was going back and forth to her studio since 2003 and creating songs. I think I made maybe like 4 songs with her. And she was trying to get me to, you know, like she was trying to groom me. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to groom me in a good way, in a good way, not a bad way. Everybody, in a good way. But even if it was the bad way, I wouldn't mind. Pure looking like Alicia Keys, and she was badder than Alicia Keys, and she was thicker than Alicia Keys. God damn, Pure could. Woo. Mm. That's all I gotta say is. And her son was my brother's friend. His name was Kevin. Like he was in the karate and shit. So I hope he's a black belt now. That'll be the shit. I hope he's not out here doing that street shit. And if he is rapping, he get it from his mama, and I know that nigga is cold. So shouts out to Kevin too. I hope that nigga flowing. If he not flowing, he probably working out of state. Nigga probably got a Filipino chick. Shouts out to my other homeboy Kevin, because he got him a Filipino chick. Way before the red pill manosphere shit. That nigga was like, nigga, I know who the fuck with. These black chicks think we nerds, my nigga. I'm gonna get a chick that is traditional. Shouts out to my boy Cat.
Gotta put it on something so we can see what we sound like. That was the first studio experience, really.
Walking through that, is it in your mind to want to become super successful in music at the time, or is it kind of like a therapy or fun, or like what's keeping you going back into the studio?
Back then, you just wanted to get heard, man. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even getting heard. That's what people understand. We don't.
Yes, yeah, exactly. We just wanted to get heard, but in the beginning, we also knew by it being early in our style, we wanted to basically like like hone in our craft because like we were still freestyling, but like we had a written hook. We was doing freestyles but a written hook, freestyle but a written hook, but loud and actually wrote some shit and sharpened our craft. It was like like we started in '02, but when I left the hood and I had to go through my shit because I due to eviction, and then I got with the good for nothing bitch that played me, and I went through a whole bunch of shit. When we met back up in '06, because like I started in '02, got evicted in '04, in the middle of '04, met back up in '06. When I met back up in '06, this nigga had a whole nother style. I was like, yo, bro, I got the CD shit going. We was rapping on a ringtone maker. You feel me? On a ringtone maker. And nigga, shit was like, yeah, dog, we are cold as fuck now. Nah, he was J Dog, I was J Money, but like when we came back, he was Young Hyphy and I was Hurricane. So it was like, yeah, nigga, we about to do the motherfucking Brewster reunion album, nigga. Dog, nigga, we dropped at least 2 or 3 albums that day. Shouts out to motherfucking King Hyphy now. Like now he's King Hyphy, man. But like, dude have so many alter egos, man. It was J Dog, Q Dog, J Killer, J Lover, Young Hyphy, King Hyphy. He became Psycho. Now he's KTP Kush. Shout out to KTP Kush. And we went from being an OBD to the OBD Killers. And then we was the Eastside Project Mafia. Now we the Belly Boy. I don't know what we're gonna be now. Now it's gonna be Eastside Project Mafia presents the Belly Boys. You know what I'm saying? What I love about doing these Detroit hip hop stories, I can give y'all my story of what was going on during the same time frame of like of him, like at least when you get to my day and age, because like when I first heard him, it was early 2000s. But he's talking about like when he first started, So so like you said, it was mid to the late '80s.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even getting heard. That's what people understand. We done came a long way in the city, man. Now the city on the map. They come here looking for artists all the time, man. Back then,
shit, they come here looking for artists all the time. Yep. They picked up T Grizzly. I mean, like but they picking up the street shit instead of the hip hop shit, real shit. And also, what I see they picking up is our styles because I don't see a lot of Detroit niggas really making it. Like yes, we got Big Sean, yeah. You got Big Sean, we got Dej Low, and y'all got T Grizzly for this day and age. That's just 3 motherfuckers that stand out. But they really just came to take our style and our swag and our lingo and go back to their respective city, states, and towns and sound like us and get on whatever the fuck they do. That's what it goes back to the stories. Like, nigga, everybody biting our style. You can hear it. But hashtag Atlanta. No niggas was doing it. No niggas know they was doing it. And plus it's understandable because we got a route going from Detroit to Atlanta. And you know what type of route I'm talking about. But yeah, at that time we were just trying to get exposed. But we knew when we first started rapping, we wasn't ready. But we knew that once we got better, we was going to be a threat. And me and my homeboy was rapping one day, and the neighbors next door rap too. And like they are, like they wasn't doing what we was doing. Like they had they shit in their house, or like or they went to a studio. But shouts out to the neighbor kid for coming over and telling us, "Hey, yo, nigga, my dad trying to steal y'all sound." He said that, yo, his dad was motherfucking recording a song with his friends and shit. And the son called him out. He was like, nigga, that's what J Money and J Dog next door doing. They did that yesterday. You taking their song. So that moment, nigga, that wasn't even the end of the year of me learning how to rap. That grown motherfuckers was trying to take our style. So every motherfucking time that, you know, like we came out something, we was listening to what the hood was doing. And we was listening to what the industry was doing or what niggas from the local scene was doing. We about to see if motherfuckers actually stealing our shit. And niggas was stealing our shit. Niggas was coming down to the hood stealing our motherfucking shit. But they wasn't stealing our lyrics because we was so fucking unique with it. They was taking our hooks, nigga. They was taking our hooks and putting their own little spin on it. But they had our same cadence. So me and KTP Kush, at the time, he was J Dog, I was J Money. We would have said, fuck it. We're gonna beef with everybody. All of our hooks is gonna be hooks that's gonna make you jump off your feet and be like either Little John or 3-6 Mafia. We're gonna make y'all niggas jump like that. We're gonna say some wild shit. We're about to say some wild shit now to make y'all not steal from us. So we was on some motherfucking hardcore hip hop, horrorcore / party music. That's what we decided to do as a group. But as our solo shit, my nigga KTP was always a master of punchlines and beef tracks. I was a master of storytelling and lyrical ability. So me and him together was an unstoppable force. And not to mention the motherfucker that trained me. He was going by Little K at the time. So it was 3 of us, nigga, and we was the coldest motherfucking young niggas in the hood. Now, but we looked up to our nigga Fred. You know what I'm saying? He was the Charlie Clips. You know how y'all got Charlie Clips? Nigga, he was our Charlie Clips of the project. You know, like, yes, we thought we was cold as a group, but when it came to solo shit, that nigga Fred was the man. Fred the freestyle fucking king. That's what I call him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we looked up to him. And what, you know, like what made him respect us was we kept on doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like we kept on doing this rap shit, Paul. And like we did it every day. He was like, damn, nigga, like every day I hear y'all niggas on the porch rapping and ripping that shit. So he's spitting and shit. So it's like, oh man, this is cold. I'm talking about like we had the hood influence like a motherfucker. And then when the females started dancing to our tracks, me and my nigga looked at each other. We was like, nigga, we got it. Nigga, we got the sound, nigga. We got the sound, nigga. Yep. Party tracks / 3-6 Mafia style / horrorcore / real hip hop, nigga. Man, we killed that shit. It was more Little John 3-6 Mafia type of hooks, but our styles when we do our verses, he was punchlines and beef, and lyrical ability and storytelling. But every time me and this nigga rap, dog, like this is how chemistry is. Every time me and this nigga rap, we end up saying the same fucking shit, but in a different way. Like, for example, me and this nigga cannot stop motherfucking rapping together without saying putting the nigga in a wrestling move. You know what I'm saying? It's either I'm pedigreeing somebody, he talking about stuttering somebody, or I'm super kicking somebody. This nigga power bombing somebody. I'm like, man, nigga, we always do that shit every time we rap. Like, nigga, I don't know what it is, bro. Nigga, since 2002, dog. Since 2002.
Then it was kind of like once Motown left, it was like a Motown curse or a black cloud over the city or something.
Or fun, or like what's keeping you going back into the studio?
Back then, you just wanted to get heard, man. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even getting heard. That's what people understand. We done came a long way in the city, man. Now the city on the map. They come here looking for artists all the time, man. Back then, it was kind of like, once Motown left, it was like a Motown curse or a black cloud over the city or something. Nobody was coming checking for us really on the rap like that. Like I say, Austin Dre, Boss Color people had situations, but even then, it wasn't that lucrative. But, you know, their name was under them umbrellas. So they, you know, to a degree, they made it somewhat, you know. So there wasn't a lot of money. Wasn't nobody, you know, riding around in private jets and all that kind of stuff like you see now. People's riding coach and riding the bus or driving, however they got to get somewhere. So
yeah, I'm pretty ignorant to understanding Motown exactly and like how it proceeded. But what do you mean they left?
Motown, Berry Gordy.
Yeah, like
you know, he had all the hot groups was here. The Temptations and Diana Ross and Stevie Wonder and Smokey Robinson. We ran the music industry.
Yeah.
Wasn't rap back then. It was only that kind of music. So that was the hottest act. You got Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, everybody's in Motown. Here, right here in Detroit. So that's what I'm saying. We ran the industry, period. It wasn't no rap, so it was only that kind of music.
Yeah.
Or some kind of alternative or rock or whatever.
Yeah, nigga, we ran this shit. And this is why I said on my last live talking about what the hip-hop heads need to do. We need to put our mind, money, and resources together and make our own industry. These motherfuckers that have this industry, they can have it. See, y'all shit is ran by the baby hats. Our new shit is going to be ran by us, real hip-hop heads. We're going to have our conscious rap back. We're going to have our revolutionary hip-hop back. We're going to have our neo-soul back. We're going to have people in the video department, the distribution department, the publishing department, you know, mental health department, because most motherfuckers can't handle fame. So we're going to motherfucking change the game once we come together.
But they ran the industry. So somebody, once they died down and he moved out west, they took a while to come back to Detroit to check for music. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we just all trying to find our way for a minute, trying to get that respect back again.
Who had an outlet at that time? So you're working with a producer that at the time he was trying to get you guys out there. He's trying to move.
He just let us record. He wasn't really like trying to get us out there, but he had equipment because he used to do music too.
What are the options at that time to get out there?
Shit, wasn't a whole lot, man. You just had to, you know, try to get some music that was decent and get it heard and see what happened. Damn. Like I say, even worldwide, not just Detroit, nobody was really making a lot of money like that from rap like that. Certain groups, you know what I'm saying? But once you get out there, you know, opportunities can come, you know what I mean? But it was only twos and fews. And now the game floodgated thousands of rappers out. And most of them getting some money or doing okay, you know what I'm saying? Back then, that was like, it wasn't a lot of money. You just wanted to get your respect and get known and get heard more than anything. As far as starting off at the position we was in, we were just catching the hood and wanted to rap. So respect was first and foremost.
Shouts out to HPMC again, Highland Park Music Company. You know, my second studio. It was like with them, nigga, like it was simple, nigga. Like we gonna help you get exposure, nigga. We gonna take you around to these spots and nigga do your thing. You know what I'm saying? They paid for the shows, nigga. Dog, it was out of their pocket. You feel me? You know, I worked and I hustled. That was my bread. You feel me? Like I was just happy just to be heard, you know, like be seen in front of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying, dog? And that shit was awesome. But you know, like when it came to getting signed, it was also around the same time we was motherfucking digging through the conspiracies. Like, goddamn, a nigga gotta sacrifice a family or a friend to get on, nigga. Shit, nigga, I'd rather motherfucking work, hustle, and grind, and just be the man on the local scene. And like, if I do get signed, it'll be some label that actually fucks with me and won't fuck me over. You know, like hope I get signed to Strange Music one day. You know what I'm saying? Hope I get signed to Strange Music this year, nigga. Tech 9, follow me all around the planet with the Gamma psychology. Nigga, I'll be over there with Tech 9 with the Midwest Chopper. Yeah, shouldn't it be on a Midwest Chopper mixtape, nigga? Hurricane.
Was first and foremost, you wanted some cats to be like, he dope. My man, he fire, he can spit. Yeah. Then once as rap keep developing and going, you know, we seeing what's going on, we watching just like everybody else as we doing this. you start seeing it becoming lucrative, then of course now, okay, we can get some money out of this. You know what I mean? So now you got cats all the way from when I first started, you would barely even get a check, to cats like Kanye, who end up, you know, having the Yeezys and all that, even though he's going through his ups and downs now. But you know, that's big, man. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
cats getting all kind of shoot deals and endorsements. They doing films. They doing movies. It wasn't all those outlets like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're gonna pass that to you.
Run DMC, they was in Crush Groove, LL Cool J. You know, that was about the most we could see, or Beat Street or something like that, as far as any of us in the movie that rap or do music. Yeah. So it was basically like that. You know?
I know a lot of people are familiar with you for Rock Bottom, but you guys had Real Death Organization. I think it was J Nutty and Thrust.
No, see, you heard, but you're getting it. Let me backtrack.
Okay, yeah.
Real Death Organization, RDO, was me and my man Maggie Mag.
Oh, okay.
Who is Rocky Bad. I don't know if you're familiar with Rocky Bad. Of course, that's her father.
Right.
Rocky like a niece to me. You talk to her, you know, she'll tell you, Uncle Herc. I mean, her father was a group.
Yeah, no, she's been on the podcast. I didn't know her dad was involved.
Yeah, we was a group years ago. It's the 80s, like I say, man. And after that, then I had my own group from the hood over in Woodrow Wilson, where I'm from, with me, Jay Nutty, my man Thrust, who I told you just passed not too long ago, Charlie Picasso.
Let me tell you something. I'm over here right by Woodrow Wilson. Like, Woodrow Wilson is like 6 or 7 blocks up from me.
You know what I'm saying? We had a group, you know what I'm saying? And we did a project on the Motor Living. You know what I mean? So after that, and the Motor Living project actually was produced by, let me back up some more, my man Tone Scott, AK, who did Blade album, the Stackmaster album, all that. He produced that. This before Rock Bottom. You know what I'm saying? And we had live instruments, people playing live guitars. My man Greg C, Steve-O, we really was ahead of our time. We was doing live instruments. This in the 80s, late 80s, going into the 90s.
Real Death Organization was the first group that you kind of contributed.
That's when everybody had like an acronym: NWA, RDO, BWP, BDP. Who cares? One that we was RDO, Real Death Organization.
Do you remember what year that was?
That had to be like 85 or something like that.
Oh my God, so
86, 85, 86, 87.
I wasn't even born yet. I was born in 88.
Name for that time too.
That's when everybody was deaf and dope, and that was the words, the slang. So
so that didn't mean like more in a violent aspect. It meant more of like
Def, DEF, just like Def Jam.
Oh, okay.
Real Deaf Organization or Real Dope Organization. We'll switch it up sometime. Call it what we want to call it, but it was RDO.
For sure. Did you guys see any reciprocation at that time?
We was doing shows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We had a real manager back then. My man Lenny Lester. Shout out to Lenny. We was doing shows, riding in limos.
See, and shout out to HPMC again. Because, you know, like you were saying, you know, like back in the day, motherfuckers was doing acronyms and words and shit, like, you know, like DEF, DOZ, you know what I'm saying, KRS, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to HPMC, you know, and the group of HPMC, like when I first got there was 2 lyrical guys and our producer, which is lyrical too. Dirty Boy was, you know, was part of a group called Nice, Furious, and Dirty. Like NFD, but it was also an acronym for niggas from Detroit. So like, yeah, it's like that tradition still lives on. Like, you know, like even like my homeboy KTP Kush, you know what I'm saying? You know. So like when it comes to the Valley Boys, he's, you know, KTP Kush. I think FTG Kane or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm Kane, he's Kush, you know. But you know, and plus it's a play on the drug shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, like I'm rocking the all white with the cocaine, he got the motherfucking all green with the weed type shit. Man, what these old Detroit niggas talking about? I had 10 breaks in the 80s, these boys. Well, these niggas was rapping. There's a difference between rapping and doing that. Yeah, a nigga gonna starve. A nigga don't got 12 bricks. Nigga. Our bricks is our lyrical shit. We try to sell that. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand definitely where you're coming from. Because in the 80s, that was that era. Nigga, that was that era. You feel me?
Like I say, we was feeling good because we was riding limo, we getting out fresh, we dressed good, had a real manager, all that, but we weren't really making no money like that. It was just to get out and get seen, get heard, and build that, you know what I'm saying, that buzz up. So this is the same era, like I told you, the Austin Dre's and all that. They was out. We was doing demos, we was doing songs and stuff, but they had actual albums out, like Wax and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what it was, mainly about just hustling and getting your name heard.
If you guys were kind of appearing as in successful rappers though with the limos and stuff, right? Like people kind of portrayed you as like you guys were making money and doing well.
Yeah, you know, you want to look good. You gotta look the part. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was looking good. We had no lot of money, nothing, but we looked good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was back then, man. Everybody trying to keep themselves looking up, keep themselves looking like they got something. A lot of times when you look like you got something, people give you something. That's how it works. You look like you ain't got a dime. Who the hell want to help you? You don't like you got nothing. Yeah. So, you know, that's what that was. But
that's something that never has changed in the industry, right? Like portraying kind of the image.
That's anything. Even if you go to a job, you want to look neat for that job interview. I'm saying if you work in a regular 9 to 5, you can put on something neat, go to the interview, and you don't come there with dirty. You know what I'm saying? Old shoes, old clothes on you. Look like you got some class, perspective about you. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm kind of interested in knowing also what the scene was like for hip hop in Detroit at that time. Like if you're going to clubs, are people waiting for rap music? Like, is Awesome Drain out there? Are they like headlining shows and it's going wild? How many places could you actually go to listen to hip hop and rap?
It was a few spots. Like I said, Gov spoke on some of them, the hip hop shop and different places. The Intro Fest. This is when I was coming to Intro Fest. It was a place called the Rhythm Kitchen. There was a Chinese restaurant, and at nighttime they turned into a hip hop spot. This is before the hip hop shop. Before Maurice Malone and all.
A Chinese restaurant. A Chinese restaurant. Niggas was like, I be like, free chicken wing with the fried rice. I be like, free chicken wing with the fried rice. I be like, free chicken wing with the fried rice. I be like, free chicken wing with the fried rice. Used to eat Chinese on a late night. Yo, nigga, y'all can't say that shit ain't cold, nigga. That shit cold, nigga. That beat cold, nigga. That verse was cold. Nigga, throwing hip hop with a Chinese sound, nigga. Nah, nigga. Free chicken wing with the fried rice. What y'all doing about that?
You know what I'm saying? This back when P Rock CL Smooth had They Reminisce Over You, and Cypress Hill had I Could Just Kill a Man. All these songs was out. That was a spot. And then as it went on further and further here, we had spots like Alvin's. You know what I'm saying? We had spots like the Lush, Ebony Showcase, Club Status.
You talked about the Lush on the last live. I just got done doing. Where's the 5'9" talking about he gonna slap some niggas? He gonna be at the Lush, nigga. D12 was there in 5 minutes. Voice wasn't even there, but his crew was. Stumped that nigga.
A bunch of them, a plethora of them. So, it just it kept going and going. But the main iconic spots at the time, back in them days, was the hip hop shop. You know what I'm saying? The Lush and places like that. As far as it was people knew for sure. Alvin's.
Popularity that at that time.
And definitely you gotta say St. Andrews. Shout out to St. Andrews.
Hell yeah, you better say St. Andrews, nigga. I performed in that motherfucker. I performed in St. Andrews. Zoo Bar right next door. Oh, no. I perform at St. Andrews. I'm performing at the Zoo Bar. It's next door to St. Andrews. It's next door. I performed at the Zoo Bar. Let me clear that up. I performed at the Zoo Bar and at a Toya spot. And there was a spot called Reggie Z. And a spot called Burt's Warehouse. Burt's Warehouse is still up. I did my thing at Blondie's. I'm talking about like on the last night, like before they was about to close up, nigga. They rocked the fuck out on that bitch. But yeah, I performed at my spots for sure, for sure. And when it comes to the Head Start program, I performed at many schools for the children. Oh yeah, like I said, nigga, let me get my documentary together. Yes, I did Head Start programs too. I, I bet you wonder what? Yes, I took a year of training to rap clean lyrics, and it turned out successful. Yeah, nigga, I rap every fucking where. Yup, yup. You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. I hope I can find those teachers because like they'd be real important for the interview I need to do. Like for my documentary. It's like, like those teachers are good confirmation. And like, as a matter of fact, I think we can get it because I think we can. I think we can. I think we can. I just gotta make a couple calls. I just gotta make a couple fucking calls.
Baller Club in the basement of St. Andrews.
If you can go back to that time, what were you? Do you know what you were rapping about? Can you kind of reflect on what your lyrics and the content was all about?
Basically just rapping about the streets and stuff like that. What was around me?
Yeah, nigga rapping about. I told y'all niggas wait till J Nutty get out. We cut though, carjack you for your cutty get out. Every real I was waiting, niggas y'all do rocks. I'm pumping the gas. I stay blowing like Jill Scott. See, I'm about to get was rightfully mine. I'ma either get it right these rhymes or even discharging these rifles and knives. In the kitchen sitting slicing them dimes, and then they did it to the fullest like my life on the line. And I ride dirty, no registration, dropped out, no education, but Glocks on with no hesitation. Then I'm taking out your whole federation. I'm a street pharmacist. Hit me if you need some more medication. See my niggas copy keys to the station and making statements back to the bases. Get the baby gas in their faces. And I'm sick of niggas rapping this fake shit. Herc time up, fuck it. It's time to take it back to the basement. Rock bottom is the name of the click. The airport too hot. So I'm hopping on the train with this brick. Still thugging with the thing on the hip. My guy hollers with the name on the tip. And got the product. Taking the six. If I get caught up, taking them. What the niggas know? Woo, nigga, that was my shit back in the day.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As like a little kid, if he 12, 11 rapping, he gonna probably rap about cartoons, his gym shoes, cereal. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what you around. You know what I'm saying? We from the streets, so we rap about the streets and drugs and different shit like that. And we still would rap about other stuff too, but that was the main stake. That's what we see every day.
You know, like how NWA kind of got in there. I don't know how marketed their publicity with the police were, and everybody wanting them to be stopped and that controversy. Was that relevant here? Were people like, yo, turn that shit off type thing?
No, hell no. We was loving that shit, man, because it's real shit. Police used to be doing people dirty, man, all around the world, but especially like Cali and New York and certain places like that, they was getting done dirty, man, all the time. So we heard that. We was like, hell yeah. We wasn't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? When they came here, though, they actually did a show here at Joe Louis years ago. It's actually documented in the Straight Outta Compton movie. Mm-hmm. That was true. When they told them don't do that song, they did it anyway. So the police threw firecrackers on the stage.
Yep.
People thought it was people shooting in there. The police threw firecrackers on stage, made them disperse, and they ran out. And you see them in the movie and all that. That's what that was. That's a true story.
Yeah.
So we was loving it, but the police didn't like that shit. Hell no. To my fuck the police, Detroit was wild. It's the 80s and 90s and all that. You know what I'm saying? You got the YBI and Best Friends and Pony Line. There was a lot of drug gangs and heroin was heavy and cocaine.
YBI, Young Boys Incorporated. The Best Friends are not a group of best friends. It's a group of motherfucking niggas. That's the name of the group. That's the name of a group. Look it up. You can motherfucking look it up. The Detroit crime stories or whatever, motherfucking dog. Detroit gangs or some shit. You can catch this shit on YouTube about YBI and the motherfucking Best Friends and the Purple Gang and the Earl Flynn's and you know Kwame Kilpatrick was our mayor. I know y'all probably heard about what his story was. He took $1 million from Detroit. Nigga, the feds take trillions from the people. Y'all tripping over this nigga. But what also got connected to it was like a dead stripper named Strawberry. So yeah. Look up the Kwame Kilpatrick story. The rise and
it was wild, man. So they ain't want to hear no fuck the police.
Yeah, for sure, man. And then like it doesn't make it easy that you're already dealing with so many possible enemies and people that have it out for you or whatever the fuck, and then you're dealing with the police having a problem with you too.
Right.
So managing all that. What was the first moment where you felt like, okay, we're actually maybe getting somewhere here? There's more motivation behind your music now, and it makes you more motivated to continue.
What made me start really saying like, okay, maybe we going somewhere is we start hearing certain people getting radio play here and there. You know what I'm saying? Once you start getting some radio play, you know, you feel like, okay, I accomplished something. It's the steps, man. That's one of the steps. Let me get something that the radio respect on, and they'll play on the radio.
Yeah.
So the radio's playing like COI. You know what I'm saying? They had a song called Cash Rules Everything Around Me.
Yeah.
Just like a Wu-Tang, yeah, but there's Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Just another day in Detroit City. That was my man Fuse and all of them. And then his sister, now they actually had like a deal. They was with Fabu. Well, not Fuse sister, but my man. Man was part of COI. He actually passed not too long ago. He was sick. Rest in peace to Man. He was with COI, and his sister and them had a group called Fabu. Had a song called Just Roll. You pull up on YouTube, you see they had the real video, all that. And they had a song that they was in high school, and they had songs playing. You know what I'm saying? Video and everything. So that's when I really was like, okay, because now we seeing something. We got people to hear that did videos. Even though Austin Dre had videos too, like I say, he was with Priority though. So he had a couple videos, but I knew them personally, Fabu and COI. They from the hood. They from 12th Street, Linwood. We from Woodrow. All that's together. You know what I'm saying? Right next to each other.
12th Street, Linwood. I'm over here off of Linwood. Over here. Nah, this nigga mentioning names, nigga. Nigga, I'm over here in the area. Like right now.
So when I seen that, okay, they playing that COI. So yeah, they starting to respect it a little bit. So.
I know it's hard to kind of compare these two things, but if you can do your best, well, the Awesome Dre and Detroit's Most Wanted, kind of make it relative, like to what stature they were at in today's game at this moment. Like how far along were they? If you could compare it to artists from Detroit right now.
Well, to me, DMW, Detroit Most Wanted, was like a Run DMC, Detroit Run DMC. Mossy Ski and Lee, and then DJ Duncan Hines. You know what I'm saying? They was like a Detroit Run DMC to me. You know, they had street stuff, they had party stuff. It was a little bit of kind of like it is now. It was a variety of things.
Is there any band group right now that you could compare that to that kind of had like, was it similar to like Doughboys Cash Out, the same stature of success as Detroit's Most Wanted at that time? Like they were those guys at that time. Like they didn't make it big time yet, but they're like the ones running shit right now.
Yeah, they was one of the top groups definitely when they came out at that time. Yeah. Definitely. Them, Austin Dre, like I said, he had deal Priority.
Yeah.
You know, the same label in Day signed. They weren't even giving people looks here, much less a deal.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. So yeah, Detroit Most Wanted, Austin Dre, Smiley, female. She was one of the first females here. Her and Boss, people like that. They was doing their thing. J to the D, AWOL. It's a lot of groups, man. You gotta really do your research and you'll see, man.
You are my, yeah.
It's a lot of groups that people don't know about because they wasn't even born, some of these guys. Detroit music been going on almost 40 years, maybe a little more. Really rap for 40 years been going on here. It just wasn't out to the point like you see now with all this different stuff, social media, so it can get seen. It was more of a if you know type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But it spread it the way it could spread because there wasn't a lot of outlets. So it was a little slower for process. But everybody was trying to do their thing, man. There was a lot of people out there working and doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? JD another, rest in peace, my dog. That's it, man. You know, and then it kept progressing like it's supposed to, like anything does. Yeah. Like 20 years from now, I expect whoever out rapping in to be doing even bigger and more stuff that they didn't do now.
Yeah.
It's supposed to elevate. If you don't, then you just running on the treadmill. You stand in place. You ain't going nowhere. So, you know, we had what we had. That was the first earliest stages of rap. Not just Detroit, in the world. Yeah. Period. We was rapping when rap first came out, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, New York, that's a big market. You know, in California, the markets is major too, the major market, so they're going to get the looks. So, you know, Detroit, we were just trying to get our respect at that time. You know what I'm saying? And you look where we at now, so.
Talk about what your journey was after you're seeing people get signed, after there's more motivation now. Talk about what you feel like the most relative moment to you was at that time.
the most relevant moment as far as.
Well, after you're saying people are getting signed now, there's more motivation to go after it. What was your first big moment for yourself?
My first big moment was getting something played on the radio.
Yeah.
That's when, like I said, that's always a measuring stick. Even when you see movies with people
going back to what I heard, nigga. I told y'all niggas wait till J-Nutty get out, nigga.
It's like singing groups like the Fire Heartbeats or the Temptations. You see how they react when they hear their song finally got played on the radio.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Did you get to sit by the radio when it first came on?
Dog, it felt good to hear HPMC on the radio. They were like, yo, we got Billy K side here show at Burt's Warehouse. We're gonna have HPMC and a whole bunch of other artists. I was like, oh shit, they saying our shit on the radio. Nigga, I ain't had to hear my song, but just hearing our group name, just like, nigga, that shit was explosive.
Yeah, and I knew it was gonna come on. They told me they was gonna play it. So they played it. It was like in the mix though. They didn't even play the whole song, but they played it. I'm like, man, they played it. So, you know, from there, I'm about to go back hard. Now I got a little motivation, something to go on. So, you know, we just kept rapping, man, and kept doing what we was doing, and we was serious about it. We wasn't even tripping about the money. Sometimes money can fuck shit up, man, because your goal be just that only, not your craft. Right. We all want money. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, you want that money as much as you can get. But a lot of times, you know, especially in them days, you had to prove you was even good enough. Much less be worried about some money, so we was on our grind, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to.
Facts, nigga. And I was still in a hyperbolic time chamber perfecting my motherfucking craft. Like, nigga. Like, real shit.
Try to put the light on the city and show them we doing it down here.
Yeah. Talk about now. You moved kind of past that first group, or you kind of didn't go.
No, I didn't move past. And which first group you talking about? First group was Maggie Mag, me and Rocky Badfather. That was like something we was real young. So
I think Rats was another group that you guys were part of.
Who?
Rats.
That's me, Charlie Picasso, J Nutty, and Thrust. I just told you. Oh, yeah. These were more lit, but the name of the group was the Rats, the Rebels Against the System.
Right.
So let's get that straight. Wasn't no snitching and none of that kind of shit.
Right. Rebels Against the System. That right there is a revolutionary title.
Everybody had acronyms, like I told you before. We had RDO, Real Death Organization, Rats, Rebels Against the System. Everybody had like a lot of acronyms back then because of the NWA and all the stuff they was doing.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I know it wasn't just about tattletales or whatever.
No, but you gotta tell people, man. You hear that? And that's the first thing. Rats, bro. Hell
no. No. I'm not trying to put it out there like
not you. I'm saying the public. When you hear that, you gotta clarify that. When you say that word.
For sure. Rats at that time and this time is different. Obviously, scammers were a part of it.
No, it was Rats then too.
Yeah. Right.
For snitching Rats, but we just took it and made it an acronym. So like how Tupac did, nigga. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. We creative like that. We take stuff that's supposed to be a negative, we make it a positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And Rat spelled backwards is star. So we feel like we were stars. No, so it was a whole lot of stuff going on with that, the creativity of it. But yeah, after that, like I said, we did the Rats. Most of us went over to the Rock Bottom and did stuff with them too. Wasn't just me. J Nutty came over there, Thrust and Charlie Picasso. Charlie Picasso ended up going to jail. Thrust had an issue with Rock, so they kind of fell out. So he stopped even wanting to do anything on the Rock Bottom stuff.
Yeah.
And J Nutty went to the Fed joint. You know what I'm saying? But we were still putting out music. So Rock Bottom was the next stage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So kind of Rats was kind of an introduction.
J Nutty went to the Fed joint, and I just go back to the song. He's like, I told y'all niggas wait till J Nutty get out. J Nutty was the second nigga that was rapping. Rock Bottom is the name of the clique. The airport too hot, so I'm hopping on a train with this brick.
To it.
Introduction as far as what?
As far as to the Rock Bottom transition, or like, are we kind of?
No, it wasn't an introduction to Rock Bottom. That's what we did in our home. We did the Rats.
Okay.
That was our group. My manager is my cousin Mo. He put that out, and you know, it was all us from the hood. We got together and did what we could do. We from the hood. Let's put some music out.
Yeah.
And then Rock Bottom came because Rock hollered at me and asked me to be on the compilation. I knew Rockner from school anyway. Rock from Dexter. Like I say, Woodrow Wilson, 12th Street, Linwood, Dexter, all these streets is right next to each other.
Yeah. Yep. Dexter is right up the street from me. I'm over here by Linwood. The other nigga like Dexter is like less than 10-minute walk.
I was just saying, high schools, junior high school. I knew Rockland way before he even thought about rapping. From high school and from school, him and his sister and my man Big Ace.
Yeah.
All of us was end up being part of the Rock Bottom thing. But Rock Cutting and me asked me did I want to come get on the compilation. It started out as a compilation. And, you know, we was already doing our own stuff. I'm just working. I'm trying to work as much as I can. I'm not under contract with nobody. I'm doing my thing with my cousin, and we just working. Yeah. So I got on it, you know, and next, you know, boom, a couple more CDs out, and the rest, you know, did what it did.
Yeah.
Blew up, took over the city.
Pass that off real quick.
Y'all go ahead for a minute. I'll catch up with you.
Living through that time, too, in Detroit, I mean, I know we're talking about the music, but obviously watching the development of the city and everything that goes right and goes wrong with the city, do you look back at it now and kind of think about how far it's come, or like that you had to endure that time? People reflect on everything that Detroit's had to go through and the struggle that everybody had to go through, and kind of put it in your own perspective of what you saw happen.
I've been through every era, man, from the cocaine era to the heroin era to the Contra scan to every era, man. I mean, back then, to me, though, it made us tougher for what we're going through now. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a lot of access to stuff. We wasn't spoiled kids. We didn't have all the stuff these kids got. Kids got their own phones, all that, which if you had a phone when I was a kid, you was a drug dealer. Everybody couldn't have phones. We had landlines. You know what I'm saying? So that's how far back from there I grew up in to now. You know what I'm saying? Now all the kids got phones, which is good sometimes. Things happen out there. They need to be to contact you, but it wasn't even though I could afford no phone back then in them days. You know what I'm saying? You had to really have money to have a phone. So I mean, from every era, man, like from a little bit, I was born a little bit after the riots and shit like that. You know, the riots is on 12th Street, like I just told you about, which was the 12th. That's what the actual riots was.
Yeah, the riots of 1967. Look that up. They don't want to talk about what the military was doing. It was blowing up apartment buildings with people in it. They don't want to talk about that part, though.
Detroit, right where we grew up in, my grandparents and all of them. So I done seen people go from, you know, being a community to now it's kind of like everybody for themselves. As far as, you know, and I'm talking about just life itself, not rap. Just the way and quality of life, not everybody interact. Ain't no more village type of mentality like it used to be. So I done seen it go from being a village and we didn't have much to now people got more, and it's wild as hell. So think about that. That's like almost an oxymoron or something. But music kind of helped out because, you know, it gave people an outlet. They could be out there shooting and killing somebody, which goes on anyway. But a lot of these cats that may have been doing that, they doing music and doing something with it. So
music in the areas like they have them, you know, I mean, we'll just call them ghettos or hoods or whatever. In every single city, right? People gravitate towards making hip hop, and more volume. I think, like in Detroit, primarily it's hip hop, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rap, street rap, you know, rap. Just rap.
Yeah, music. Rap. Yeah, you're right.
I ain't gonna say so much hip hop, but we got a hip hop community. That's the thing about Detroit. It's like two sides of rap. You got more of a hip hop community.
Same thing that King Gordy said. You know what I'm saying? We got the hip hop community and we got the street shit. Big Herc, he's like the legend of the street shit.
Like the Royce 5'9s, you know, Slum Village when they was out, Elzai, you know what I'm saying? Cats like that. Black Milk, you know, that's more of a hip hop vibe. Mar One, Quest McCoy, them guys, you know, I know personally.
Yeah.
And then you got like this, the other side, the Vezos, the Peasies, and Perry Rose. Even though they're younger than the guys I just named, but it's just that's the contrast. It's like hip hop community, street rap community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do both. I always is able to go whoever side.
Yeah,
you know
and like that's what makes Big Herc a legend. Like this is why I'm doing this interview, because like he's a legend of the street shit. Like nigga, like this nigga lyrical as fuck, but he can dabble in the street shit. But this nigga cold with it.
Because we really heavy in the bars, but we street cats, so we talk the same street shit.
No, yeah, I got to go to see Bizarre perform in in Ann Arbor, and I saw a lot of upcoming hip hop artists. And I've spoken with people like Travis Chandler and Mike Phelps, and there's like that. It still resonates, but it's like money is a difference. I think money is the difference between hip hop and rap right now. Rap's getting a lot of the money in Detroit. I don't know if hip hop's getting that shine, the same shine as rap.
Most cats that's more into hip hop, they get on when they go somewhere else from Detroit.
You think?
Yeah, I know so. What you mean? Danny Brown, everybody. Who plays a lot of hip hop here? When you hear cars riding past, they playing that street shit, man.
Exactly.
When I say that, it's not a slight on them. It just lets you know how much street-oriented rap is dominating the city. That's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
Just like him. You saw what he did when he was running things. He's the hottest artist in the industry. Not just rap, in the industry. But nobody going to play Eminem riding up the street here. I respect him because I know he's a cold lyricist, and we did business together. I'm on Obi Trice's album. Me, him, and Trick, and Eminem. We got a song together. You know what I'm saying? Through Shady Records that I did with them. So I respect it because I know what it is about the bar game. But the streets, they want to hear that shit. You can bang the club, nod your head to.
You're talking about Detroit versus everybody.
I'm talking about who?
You're talking about Detroit versus everybody?
I'm talking about Detroit, period. There's community. That's the kind of music they want to hear.
I'm talking about the track that you're talking about.
I ain't talking about the track. No, that track is something else.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about an Obi Trice's album.
God, I hate this motherfucking guy. Man, dog, let me just get this shit out the way. I like when they do the interviews like with the legends, I like when it's a motherfucker from Detroit or at least a black motherfucker that's in tune. Like this motherfucker has not done most of his research at all. Like, dude, you just motherfucker happy that motherfucking have Big Hurt on your shit. I mean, man, I don't want to motherfucking sound crazy, man, but like this guy's a mediocre interviewer. Like real shit, and like that might get me a motherfucking strike. But nigga, like he's very mediocre, dog. I don't really. Oh my god, like I'm starting to be like, yo, he was at the level of decent, nigga. You just dropped down to mediocre. Like, god damn it, bro. I need to know the song. What the fuck you mean? You need to know the song, nigga? Get in tune with the goddamn culture, motherfucker. You got a street nigga on this bitch. You're, man, I'm like. I don't like these kind of motherfucking interviews. I would have had. All right, now I'm not saying all of his questions were bad, but I'm just saying, like, goddamn, nigga, hard.
Second round's on me. I'm on that album.
Oh, okay.
Same album with John Legend and Akon. I'm on that album. Me, Trick, and Eminem. And Obi Trice got a song called "There They Go." When you get it finished, check it out. It's on his app. Pull it up. But that's what I'm saying. It's two different communities. It's a hip hop type of rap, like I say, and then it's another kind of rap, the street shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
No, I definitely hear you, and I kind of like how you said that to motivate anybody that's making hip hop. That it might not be here that you're going to be successful. But if you go out of town, you might find somebody.
Well, you might get on here. It ain't like everybody not getting on here that do. There's some people that still getting respect and doing show, but the majority of rap here, people want to hear that street shit, man, that club shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what Detroit is, that kind of city. So even if you got bars and all that, a nigga might like it. They might, okay, he can spit, but they ain't gonna bang that in their cars unless that beat is that type of beat. You gotta be. It ain't really as much as hip hop as just.
Right, you gotta be like, hell if I made this beat. Oh my god, damn.
Respect everything. You know what I'm saying? I like it all.
Talk about walking through rock bottom. Talk about the progression and what you got out of it.
I mean, growth, man. We came together, you know, we grew together.
Yeah.
You know, we put something out. We didn't know what it was going to do. We just got together, and it was like baking a cake. The ingredients came together, man. It was a hell of a cake when it got done. We made a lot of noise, man. Made people wake up. You know, we had cats giving us shouts out and make songs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem and different other major artists that shout us out and make songs.
Yeah.
At that time, like I say, they wasn't trying to really check for Detroit like that, man. It was only colored people getting looks. You know, you had Eminem, D12, and all them they got on. They was more into the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
The street shit, they kind of was scared of or something. They kind of was shying away from it. I don't know if it's because of the whole Death Row thing, because that just happened with Pac and all of them. Because, you know, Rock Bottom came out, our first CD, like 97. Pac got killed 96.
Yeah.
So a lot of companies were scared to fuck with a lot of street shit for a minute. They was, you know, They was kind of scared it was going to be another coup, another takeover or something like Death Row was doing. So to me, they kind of was shying away from the street shit for a minute. But we put it down where they couldn't deny it. Us, the Street Lords, Cheddar Boys, May West, Lodge Boys, you can go on. You know, like I say, the growth steady kept going. You know what I'm saying? So now we here where we at, and, you know, the door was shut. I just felt like we opened it up. And now I feel like everybody else running through it, and they're going to kick it off the hinges so it don't close no more.
I mean, that's something really to consider, though, if you're saying that it's a possibility that labels were looking at the death of Tupac as a reason to not really invest in the streets as much.
I think they got scared from it. That whole East-West shit, Tupac and Biggie, really. The industry was kind of going through it for me. You got to really pay attention. It was like a little kind of a drought for a minute on all that kind of shit, just extra violent shit and extra niggas beefing. Because, you know, we had our issue with street lords at one time in the city. So, but they was kind of scared of all that kind of shit, man. They had just had the Death Row thing. So I think, you know, word of mouth, man, people hear about shit. They be like, oh, shit, I don't know. They best mess around, kill each other. We signed these motherfuckers before they, you know, so they could even get out of here. But we had different meetings with Interscope, Universal, places, people like that. You know, besides what I did with Eminem, that came after the rock bottom.
Okay.
But Rockingham had meetings with Universal and Interscope. I think the Street Lords in a couple of meetings and all that. And, you know, they couldn't come with the right numbers, so it didn't happen. Back then, they wasn't offering nothing real lucrative. You know what I'm saying? They was kind of throwing it out there. They wanted a lot and wanted to give a little. So, you know, we were still in the street and all that. And we like, if it ain't going to make sense, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't do it. You know what I mean? So, and it wasn't no 360 deals and all that like it is now, you know, back then. So I think the only people that really was getting some serious paper out them deals like Master P, the deal he had, and Baby, the deal he had. They had like some record-breaking type deals. They owned all their masters or some shit like that or something. Plus they got like 30 million or something like that a piece. Some shit like that. So.
But if you had signed to them, if you guys collectively had signed to them, would the opportunities have been bigger, or did you guys look at it like, no, there's no...
I don't know, man. I don't really do a lot of what ifs. I need stuff to be concrete. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to just let's see, we just keep on looking, checking for us until the numbers get where we think they should be at. You know, we'll keep making noise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, we end up not really doing nothing as far as with Rock Bottom on no deal.
Yeah.
But the Street Lords didn't. Cheddar Boys didn't. Because they was offering us peanuts, man. We from the street. We can get out in the street and get it. It's a lot of shit they was offering. But once I did my solo project, Guilty as Charged, I ended up tapping in. Like I say, Obi had hit me, said he had been trying to holler at me for a minute. And we did that song. So I got a check from Interscope, Shady Records, got some publishing, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Make sure you get your publishing. A lot of these young cats, they just want that money, man. And, you know, make sure you get your publishing so you can get off your stuff at least, man, forever. You know what I mean? Get some kind of publishing.
I know you saw that post between somebody saying that Big Sean should have, you know, reached out to you and put you on because he's on podcast talking about you and bigging you up, but it's like, where's the music? And then some people will be like, hey, but you forget that Eminem reached out to...
Well, see, to me, don't nobody owe me nothing, man. Big up to Big Sean. Shout out to him. I don't really look at it like that. I understand what he meant, and big ups to him too, man, for that love and that respect. I understand what he was trying to say. But for one, me and Big Sean not even the same generation. He my son's age. You know what I'm saying? Like we ran together, or he was around when we was doing our thing. He ended up getting on, so he was like, well, let me help. His generation is the dope boys and all them people we talk about a lot. That's his generation.
Yeah. He
mentioned me on Drink Champs, like I say, but Nori had really brought up the question. He's like, what's up with Big Herc? He got the name of different people from Detroit. And then he spoke highly about me, so much love to him. He don't owe me nothing, man. Like I say, much love to him. He doing a lot of stuff for the city. I love what he doing. Keep it up. You know, I'm a type of man, I make my own way, man. If it makes sense and somebody come and holler at me, then we can talk, but I ain't expecting nothing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? As far as him, you know what I'm saying? We did that song. You know, they cut a check for me on that, so still getting publishing to this day from that. So I don't really look at it like that, man. I look at it like I wanted what I want and how I want. I'm not trying to be up under really nobody like that unless it's really something super lucrative. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not speaking to nobody's pockets or Big Sean pocket, nobody else, but I don't know if he, you know, willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? If he did, holler at me. But much love to him. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to him. Gave me love on Drink Champs.
No.
And I know what my man meant when he said that, but he don't know me nothing, man. He my son, the mage. He didn't even really run. I never met him in person like to have a conversation. I never even met Big Sean. Not one time. So, but he knew my music because he grew up on it. So.
Yeah, from your perspective too, it's kind of like you're saying, like organic, being or an organic acquaintance matters to you when you're making music with something.
They do sometimes. That's just me, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad for what's going on with him and everybody else in the city, man.
Yeah.
Keep on looking out. Keep doing your thing. Keep looking out for the city and look out for somebody else and give another cat opportunity. One of these other younger cats. Maybe you need help one of them or something. So it's cool.
What was it like collaborating on the track with Eminem?
There's a funny story with that, man, because when I first did the verse, me and Obi, we wrote the verse together. We was at a whole nother studio. And he had to let Paul Rosenberg them hear it. And I guess everybody had to hear to okay it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he had called me back like, they want you to come in the studio and say this one part over, or some little part. I don't even remember what it was now. I'm like, all right, where y'all at with this studio? I said the part over. Then he hit me again. He like, him said the verse dope. He just wants you to say this one part. He wants you to say something he wanted me to say different from what I had said or some shit.
But, and now we got to stop it. This is what I hate. Why is you calling me, telling me to say something different in the verse that I was into with my creative style and my uniqueness? Why is you telling me to change something in my verse? But y'all can't change y'all. What the fuck is going on? I understand y'all probably looking for a certain sound or tone and frequency, but this nigga is not King Gordy. I understand if it was King Gordy. But even then, I would still say, why'd you tell a motherfucker to not be creative? I don't like that shit. Eminem should not call. I'm like, nigga, like Eminem, you say the wildest shit and you want me to call and
or
say something different?
Harder or something. I say, make sure him at the studio. I say, call and tell him to be at the studio, man, because I ain't going to keep running back and forth or keep coming here to say 2 and 3 words. And also, I was getting a little irritated with it.
Exactly.
So he'll be here. He called me like, I'm here. So I go to the studio. Studio they got over off 9 miles from where they used to be at when he come in town. So I done brought my man up with the camera and stuff. I'm going to record the session and all that. We walk up to the gate. It was a private session. My man stopped the cameraman, all that. He's like, it just hurt, man. It's a private session. You know what I'm saying? Because M was in there and Obi. I get in there. I kick it with him. Actually cool, though, man. Cool guy. You know, he holler at me, tell me what he want. He like, my bad, I ain't trying to have you running back and forth. I just want the song to be perfect, whatnot. I said it again, you know what I'm saying? Which basically seemed like it still sounds the same to me, but you know how it be. They paying you, so they...
Yeah, nigga, and that bullshit right there. I hate that shit. It's like, yo, you want me basically to say the same shit, but to me, I just said the same fucking shit, but you want me to say it differently? Tone, you like a different tone and frequency and shit. It's like this motherfucker's trying to use my voice, some Illuminati shit and some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be irritated like a motherfucker, nigga. I'm a fucking Detroit fucking legend. What the fuck are you doing telling me to come back and change my shit? I don't give a fuck if you M. I don't give a fuck if you Jesus. Nigga, don't ever tell me to come and change my shit. I'm a god in this motherfucking rap shit, and this MC shit. What the fuck you think you doing? Nigga. Drive, motherfucker. All right, motherfucker.
Make sure you do this and that. All right, I did it. Song came out, and that was it. But, you know, part of history.
It's interesting, like you just kind of took charge at that moment.
That's why you said it was a funny story, but I got irritated. But if you look back and you get older, you grow out of your ego and pride and shit. Yeah. You know, it's a funny story. They told me to come and change my verse, but you know, I ain't really changed shit. You know, me being irritated is funny now. Legend irritated me. Yeah, it's funny when you think about it. But at the time, a nigga will be irritated, like nigga. But a motherfucker thinking about that bread, like damn, dog. If I get mad, if I get angry, I ain't gonna get this bread. They might take my verse off. Nobody getting paid, and I still wasted my time. Fuck. You know what? Let me just go back, do this shit, get paid, give these fake smiles, and get the fuck out of here.
Like, you want to operate the way you want to operate. You want to be able to communicate that with the person.
Yeah.
And he was probably at a stardom level at that time that it's like, wouldn't want people to get too close or whatever.
Yeah, I get it. Like I say, but he a perfectionist because Dr. Dre the same way. That's why he never put detail.
I'm the same way too. But I'm not going to tell a motherfucker to come back and change his verse. I'm not going to tell him to come back and motherfucking change the tone of his voice. If he's confident in his lyrical ability and he got on my track and I heard it, I'm going to be like, nigga, that's what's up. That's fire. That's high caliber, high quality shit right there. Because it's really on some like competition shit. It's like it ain't competitive, but it's competitive. To me personally, I think M got motherfucking scared. But the way Big Herc said it is making it sound like he probably needed to say something in a different tone or maybe higher or whatever. But everybody said the motherfucking shit sound the same to him. I think these niggas just trying to put a spell on the track. You know how John Todd said in the 70s? At these record spots, there's a secret room with 13 hand-picked witches and warlocks praying over the goddamn master.
Perfectionist because Dr. Dre the same way. That's why he never put Detox out. They said he just kept contemplating, and ended up not even putting it out. And sometimes I had that problem with something. I really want everything perfect to where time get to going by. I end up scrapping some stuff. But I just wanted to make sure I ain't gonna keep running back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I don't live around the corner from where y'all studio at, so let's get this straight. So yeah. He honored it, called him, M was there. Boom. Hollered at me, what up, Herc? I come in, whoop, shake hands, tell me what he wanted me to do. Yeah. And we did it, and that was it. Song was what it was.
What was the feedback like for you? You're releasing a song with major figures in the game. You're popping off. What's the reciprocation like? What are you feeling from the city after that?
Well, the city was behind me before that.
I'm saying
they've been following my movement, our movement, man. But that just made it even more like, okay, people in the industry fucking with them. Yeah. But I had these songs on Slum Village albums too. You know what I'm saying? They're in the industry, Jay Dilla and people like that. So I did a song with MC Breed on their album just before that. So I've been rubbing shoulders with some of the industry people to a degree that, that's in the industry from the city and stuff like that, and even beyond a little bit. So it wasn't, it wasn't a real surprise, just more, like I say, them steps. I'm thinking that's another step. Yeah. Now I'm, tapping in with these kind of cats. So, it was just work. More work, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I see it from your perspective. When you're really involved in your artistry and you really are an artist itself, for you, everything's just a part of the process. You don't really have time to stop and be like...
No, because you can't. You ain't got time, man. You're trying to get to somewhere, to a certain spot, a certain place. Yeah. So, yeah, you be glad, you're appreciative of it. You're like, okay, they acknowledge me. They respect my talent. They respect what I'm bringing to the table. Plus, I'm getting a check for it. Things starting to look better. And, you just keep working. You can't get, complacent with it.
I feel like we kind of skipped a part of how it got to that point where, you're dealing with, that getting on that song and what was happening before that? What was building your buzz up?
From the rock bottom and all the stuff we was doing in the city. I did a lot of features with cats. Yeah. I did a lot of songs with everybody. We did a lot of mixtapes for my man Drunken Master. Shout out to Drunken Master. You know what I'm saying? We was working. So, I mean, my buzz was already out there like that. It's just these are just extra, even more steps now, taking me even a little more further.
Who was around you at the time when you're looking at other artists and groups and stuff like that? Can you talk about relatively who else was working at the same time as you guys?
Yeah, the Street Lords. That's what I was saying earlier. At that era, we came out. It was us, Street Lords. Then the Cheddar Boys. They came out. You had May West, Lodge Boys, and quite a few other groups too.
Jesse
but the
James.
Main ones, that. We would stand out the most, I believe, us and the Street Lords. Then the Cheddar Boys came after us.
Now, you kind of mentioned earlier you and Street Lords didn't see eye to eye on something or whatever,
some rap type shit, but yeah.
Was when that's happening? Obviously, even nowadays, the media amplifies everything that's happening. People amplify everything that's happening. Did you feel that sensation? Even people, when they talk about Tupac and Biggie, to some degree, they say like it was a little bit over media hyped it up a little bit more than it was, making the people follow it more, making the artists follow it more, making it more real. Did you kind of feel that too?
Not really. It's just the streets was talking more than media, because there wasn't no media. Like I told you, we didn't have no social media. There wasn't nothing to be posting, be street laws and rock bottom beef. It wasn't none of that. It was the word of mouth. Shit just spread in the street.
Yeah.
A lot of people that was from our camp was cool people from their camp, and vice versa. Blade's sister used to come over on the block and kick it with all of us. Rock knew Blade and all them before we even had that issue. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like some, you know what I'm saying, within the camps type shit. But really it was with Blade and Rod Day. That's where it all started. They had an issue about something.
Yeah.
And you know, you're gonna ride with your camp. Rod Day with us, Blade the Street Lords. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, even before he passed, even before Fat Mike passed, we all chopped it up and got past all that shit, man. I just did a song with G-Rock like a couple of months ago. He one of the members of the Street Lords.
Yeah.
We got a song together we just did, so we got past all that bullshit, man. But
yeah,
the streets was talking, but it wasn't no media, like wasn't no outlets to post nothing or put the songs and ask people which one they like the most and all that kind of shit, because there wasn't no social media. Yeah. That's people don't understand, man. We from a real raw form of hip hop in Detroit and rap music in Detroit, where it wasn't none of that. It was straight up out the mud. People say that all the time. We really did that. We got it straight out the mud, man.
This is like a new generation of rap. When you're talking about rock bottom, you're talking about this part of the new wave that everybody's been talking about. The guys who kind of seeded what is now the tree of Detroit hip hop. It just came into light though because you guys had more media on you guys at that time. You said you've been doing it forever, but now that time the shine was on you guys enough for people to hear it.
Right.
You were making money now at that point. I'm assuming.
A little bit, not like that. Still not like now.
Yeah.
Because social media means something, man. We didn't have none of it. We missed every end of that. And we didn't catch it out of tail end of YouTube, none of that. That means something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Views, all the videos that I had on, that's what made people come looking when they see that. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't catch none of that. There wasn't even no MySpace out when we was doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's the late 90s. Going into 2000, 2001, shit like that. So yeah, you know, we made a few more dollars, but like I said, each level, each generation, it get better. This generation got better than what we was as far as monetizing. There's different outlets to make money from. Yeah. Different ways, streaming and all that. We ain't got none of that. We was selling CDs, don't get it twisted, and selling copies. But it's like, you know, the promotion part was a little bit more hard to do. Videos, now you can pull out an iPhone and shoot a video. Back then, we was paying $20,000, $30,000 for videos. That's what it was costing. Because you had to really have people get up in the air like with helicopters to do the overheads. Wasn't those drones and all that type of shit. So if you want an overhead shot, you got to pay somebody in a helicopter and shoot that. You know what they're going to charge you to do something like that?
Damn. We
didn't have that shit. I think people really don't understand the seriousness of how much of a tool having social media and all that is now for this new generation. Which I'm glad for, because it's supposed to get better as time goes. Like I say, or you just sitting in place. You ain't going nowhere. But we had it hard, bro. We didn't have all that kind of stuff. We had to actually get CDs pressed, cassettes pressed, wax, take them and carry them to the mom and pop store, carry them to the record store. Wasn't no emailing and lining people up and emailing everything. You had to manually do labor and take stuff to people. You wanted some majors to hear your shit? Wasn't no, you could just put out video on YouTube and at people and all that. We had no YouTube, wasn't no video outlet. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out some way to get it seen. We mailed videos to companies. Damn. So yeah, man, we can still had a night.
Yeah, we was mailing CDs, handing out promos, handing out shit at radio stations. We did it. We did that shit.
It's buzz though. So despite all the lack of all the social media, still had them calling, coming checking for us. Like, who is these guys? Street Lords and us. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, this era, I'm glad they got, you know, things a lot easier for them. And it's supposed to progress. You know what I'm saying? I just think that a lot of young cats need to go back and really do their history on the real start of hip hop or rap music in Detroit, man. It's bigger and way more vast than what people know. They've been going on.
And you know that the OG series, that's kind of like the implication of it, right? Like it's hard to know the exact history. I was in an argument with a producer a couple days ago on live for like an hour about. He's like, you need to do your homework, and I was like, listen. Sometimes if you go on Google, man, all you can do is find out when a song was released and when a group started, but you can't figure out everything.
No, you need people to come and give you information, and that's why you're doing this series. And I like that you're getting a perspective from people that's been down a little further ahead of some of the cats now and really was there when it first happened, to give you accurate information on who did what was what.
No, I would want to consider myself ignorant to what's going on because I don't want to pretend that I know what the fuck happened. You know, I did a lot.
Okay. There you go. Now you get your points back. Now you went back up from mediocre to decent. Not bad. I'm glad you admitted that. Now you a decent interviewer. Good job. Good job.
I do a lot of research, but there's only so much you can really fucking know, man. I know people say this wasn't mainstream. Like if you wanted to figure out what Tupac and Biggie's career was like, you can kind of see the timeline to some degree. So many people gave their research. Detroit music is still relatively new about this.
Overall.
Overall.
Our first album came out in '97 under Rock Bottom.
Okay.
That was from the bottom up. Then Who Is Rock Bottom came out after that. No, From the Bottom Up was the first album. Then Alligator City was the second album.
Right.
The third album was Who Was Rock Bottom. After that, I went and did my solo stuff. I wasn't on the blow and all that.
2003, right? Like you kind of.
That's my solo year. I dropped my solo album 2003.
Okay.
Guilty as Charged.
And
2003 Guilty as Charged was the shit, nigga.
I didn't leave actually at first. I wanted to do my own thing. Period. You know what I'm saying? I never left. I'm done with y'all. I'm quitting. I was like, I'm going to do a project. You know, Rock didn't want me to do it because I had somebody else backing me to do the project. He wanted to keep everything to Rock Bottom, which I get it, but I had my own bills to pay, kids to feed. Like I said, we never was under contract about nothing. So, you know, the loyalty was still there because I was still saying Rock Bottom on my whole solo album. So I never left them officially. I was doing what I got to do to take care of my bills and my family, man. Like I told you, wasn't making a lot of money from that. Niggas was still in the street catching cases. You see Jay Nutty, I went to the Fed joint like 2 times during that whole Rock Bottom stint. So we were still in the streets, man. I had to take care of my bills, pay my way. So I put out a solo project. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was rapping before I even got with Rock Bottom. But Rock Bottom definitely took us to newer heights. We came together and grew even further from that. So I'll never take nothing from it.
Yeah.
It's always part of my legacy for sure, Rock Bottom. And, you know, I had bills to pay, man, take care of shit. So that's what that was about. But they ended up doing the blow without me. I guess he was still kind of mad about it. And I didn't stay and stick it out what he wanted to do and did my solo thing. But, you know, it is what it is. So the blow, I wasn't on that. But From the Bottom Up, Alligator City, Who Was Rock Bottom, all 3 classics, man, I say. So we had a good run, man. We made a lot of noise, man, in the city, man. It's part of Detroit history, flat out.
Walk us through the solo career.
I mean, I was doing my thing, still making noise in the street, putting out hot music, doing a bunch of features, making some money now because now I put this album out that was the hottest album of the year. I had won Album of the Year and Artist of the Year, the Detroit Music Awards with Guilty as Charged. I ended up being the first. Like I said, I hear a lot of the first on this show. I was the first rapper with a rap snap potato chip in the Midwest, maybe, if not, definitely Michigan. So I got a situation with that. Rap Snacks reached out to me. I had the chip in stores. Started doing movies, messing with movies a little bit. We did the Project 313 movie. That was like 2006.
When they got the Rap Snacks deal, man, it must have been like, that's new ground, right? Obviously.
Yeah, that was different.
You're the first person, so it's like new ground in Detroit.
And it was an honor, man, because they reach out to you. It ain't like you can really just, I want to do I want to do a chip, and they well, it cost it. It wasn't like that. I don't know how they do it now. Back then, they had to reach out to you. If they think you hot enough, they want to put your image on the chip. So.
But also, you hit number 1. Now, when you're saying number 1. Who's on that ballot? Who else is like kind of competing with you at that time when you're number 1 at the awards?
My man Mr. Wrong was out. Mr. Wrong, he had an album out that same year. Shout out to him, that's my bro, man. We did a lot of music together too. And he owned Guilty as Charged, but he had an album out too. He was in the running. It was a couple of people, man. You know what I'm saying? But I took that. You know what I'm saying? Artist of the year, album of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 2003 was a good year, man. 2003 going into 2004.
Do you recommend recall what people were bumping the most off that tape?
They bumped a lot of shit, but definitely Gangsters Only. I'm a Boss, Confessions. Gangsters Only probably right to this day is still a Detroit class when they come on the club. So Gangsters Only definitely was getting a lot of play. I'm a Boss.
Did you remake Confessions?
Oh, okay. I been did that. Okay. Actually, I wrote Confessions like 7 years before I even recorded it. That was something I just had. I wrote and I just kind of held on to it. My man Ho, that was his favorite song. But he died of cancer before I even put the album out. But that was his favorite song. So when he passed, I definitely like, I'm about to put this out, and I've been holding it. So yeah, I wrote that, 7 years before I put it out.
Now you win the awards. Obviously, let's continue from that point, and let's talk about like what's the next moves for you.
Like I say, just doing movies and trying to do other stuff, just staying busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we just started doing that, and basically just doing that and just living my life, man. I kind of took a little break at one point because I had been doing music for like 10, 12 years straight, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get out here, trying to get respect. Finally got it. Finally got notoriety. Finally had the hottest album out. Finally got respect from the streets and from the people that's in the city.
Oh yeah, we gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Zen Lounge. I think it's somewhere on like 10, 11, or 12 Mile. Somewhere over there though. It's called the Zen Lounge. And I did a show, but we paid tribute to Big Herc at I think it was like a 15-year anniversary. Like I forgot what year I did this show. All right. It was probably either 2011 or 2012, but like it was like a 15 or 20-year Lifetime Achievement Award.
Kids, they was young. I had to start spending time with my kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Young Herc.
What I hated about the show was the motherfuckers that ran the show was very unprofessional. Motherfuckers came late. Motherfucker got on stage like, can I be honest, y'all? Here's why I'm late, because I was smoking with these other rappers. The fuck?
My daughters, my baby Herc, I have 5 kids.
Yeah.
So it's time to start spending time with them. They playing sports. I'm trying to make sure I put in father time with them. Sometimes you get so caught up doing what we doing as our careers, music, whether you're an athlete, actor, and you're doing your thing, and that you end up missing a lot of stuff, man, a lot of special moments with your kids. So I started doing a lot more with my kids, kind of still was doing music. Like I say, features kept me going between each project. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing a whole lot of features. So that was making me some money. And just spending time with our kids, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mainly was doing until I dropped Still Guilty, which was the next project, which was really like a mixtape. But people were so pumped off Guilty as charged, they wanted the next tape to be like another album. And really Still Guilty was kind of like a mixtape, some remixes I did off some industry beats, and then like a DVD that showed the making of Guilty as charged. That's what Still Guilty was. So after that, when Still Guilty passed, and that came, my grandmother passed, there's a lot of stuff going on in my family, man. Different stuff that kind of made me just take a little break for a minute. And that's the thing about this business. When you running, man, you got to keep running. Can't start walking, keep running. Because, everybody looking for their turn. So as soon as you take your foot off the gas, sometimes someone else slip in and boom, now everybody looking at him or this person or that person. So, but at the same time, I wouldn't have changed it because I needed to spend time with my kids. I ain't give a fuck what happened. I needed to spend time with my kids and take a break from this shit for a minute. But if you want to stay on, like I say to this day, anybody that's doing it, once you hot and they riding with you, don't let your foot off the gas if you want to keep it going. So yeah,
it was an important break for you though. In retrospect, like you're saying, you needed to just live life, not just music at that point.
Period, man. Like I say, I had little kids. I'm doing shows all the time. I'm doing 2 shows sometimes a day and shit like that. Weekend, I'm doing 3 shows. It was a lot of stuff, man. We was making a few dollars and getting some money though, but I was missing a lot of stuff that I wanted to do with my kids, stuff like that. So I took a little minute and started spending time with them. Yeah. And I had so many friends that died and left kids and shit like that, man. from getting murdered or going to jail for long prison terms. And I was like, let me start spending some time with the kids, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you felt comfortable enough with everything that you could just sit back and just spend time with the family. Did you take a break from even like paying attention to music?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I didn't stop totally, but I was like, as far as albums, I wasn't in the studio. I need another album. I got to work on another album. Like now, you see cats, they drop sometimes 2-3 albums a month. They just like it real quick. I didn't do my albums like that. I was dropping our shit like maybe once a year. That's how we would do it because the whole album would be fire. So we wasn't putting out, just throwing out stuff. Wasn't no bunch of album fillers. Our albums were like, you can let it play. It wasn't too much you're going to pass up. So just needed a break. I was doing a lot of features, so that kept me, keeping me some money. So I was like, let me chill for a minute on the albums. Yeah. And then I did Overdose after that, but it came years after. It was kind of like my detox. Dr. Dre took so long. He kept saying, it's coming, it's coming. I was going back, like I say again, trying to be a perfectionist. Going over stuff, feeling like it wasn't ready. Nah, I need to do it. Nah, let me change this. Next thing you know, a year turned to 2 years, 3 years. Different shit was going on. Finally dropped it. It got perceived pretty straight. Like I say, Trap Going Hand was like the lead video I did. That was shot by Moolah Films, who do all the films and stuff down here, buffed up in all the different movies. Mm-hmm. And it was hot, but I think people were so tired of waiting. They was kind of like, damn, Herc, when you gonna drop this shit? So they kind of, the buzz forward and anticipation kind of died down a little bit. If you go back and listen to it right now, it's fire. The album fire, but people, when they wait and they want it, they want it. Can't have them waiting too long, you know what I'm saying? So, and just been working on my sons. Like I say, as of right now, movies, more movies. Mm-hmm. We did the Detroit Dream movie, you know what I'm saying, some months back. Did the Hustler movie that's out. A couple other movies we're working on right now, and I done wrote a couple of movies, so I'm really trying to fuck with the film thing right now. Yeah. But and my son helping them, man. Matter of fact, they got a listening party. I'll make sure y'all come out, man. January 19th, man. Get on my Instagram and check out the information. You know what I'm saying? Big_Herc_ got your back ENT. Big_Herc_ got your back ENT. Or go to @BabyHerc or @It'sYoungHerc. Come on out. It's free. 420 friendly. Come out, man. January 19th. The location, all that is on our pages. Yeah. So just work with my sons, man, and spending time with the family, getting older now. I got grandkids and all that type of shit. So yeah.
The run with that music and then the break that kind of turned into like a real break.
Yeah. To me, that's the only thing that kind of stopped the momentum. Other than I think I could have went even further and a little more harder with it. But sometimes you just get tired, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a long grind because I didn't come from the era where as soon as I got out and put the first thing I put out, it blew up. Like I told, we came from an era back when we didn't know what the fuck we was doing. We in the studio cutting demos, and so it was a long grind to finally get to the Big Herc that was with the Rock Bottom and the Guilty as Charged album. It was a lot of years before that even happened. So I was just kind of tired, man. Kind of burnt and just tired of just the same shit every night, same shit going on. I wanted to do other stuff. Plus, I wanted to start fucking with movies too. Yeah. And I want to help my kids. And I started my own company, Got Your Back ENT, so I had other artists like my man Devious was over there, Coke, Solo, J Solo, my man BJ, Gutter. We had a real staff. This for my sons was even rapping. Yeah. So I went through that. I kind of skipped that. Went through that and all that. So it was a lot of shit, man, was wearing me down a little bit. Trying to do all kind of shit. Had to take a break.
Makes sense, man. I mean, you got to look at even professional sports athletes. I mean, MJ took 3 years off. You know what I'm saying? The guys could keep playing, but I mean, like you said, different passions come through at different times of your life.
Yeah, and then when you get older, you want to start doing other stuff. Yeah. Like I say, I'm not just a rapper. Well, he a rapper. No, I ain't just a rapper. I do all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do other shit. So I always can rap. That's just my blood, man. I'll never lose that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you get a certain age, man.
Right, like me, shit, nigga. I'm just not just a lyrical MC. I'm in the music, art, literature, podcasting, gaming, meditation, shit. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get into voice acting, for sure, for sure. I would love to get into that. Just put me behind a motherfucking cartoon character, nigga. I will fucking go ham. But like it gotta be like an action type of cartoon. Can't be no bullshit. I don't mind being a Power Ranger. Fuck it. Don't go Power Rangers. But I'll have to be a bad guy.
And you see your 30s go bad, and you get to being 40 something, this and that, blah blah. And then you want to do something else. The fans want you to keep doing it because they love what you do with it. But you start seeing different things that's, that's ahead of you, and that's part of your future that you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's it. And I still do music. Still got an EP from the drop soon. So just did the song I told you with G-Rock. So we still do it just like he doing it. We just talking about that. He just want to do it and have fun. You know what I mean? Just put out some more music because we do it. Yeah. So I'm gonna still keep doing it because I got fans, stuff like that want to hear it. But it's gonna be in spurts and be, when I want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to meet any deadlines or trying to promote nothing to a shop, something to a company and all that. I'm older now. That ain't really on my radar. You know what I'm saying? I like the independent game, but something ever possibly came about that makes sense. I'm always a businessman first, but I'm trying to really make sure my sons, get to where they trying to get with this music. They serious with it. And they dope. They don't rap about, the stuff that most cats rapping now, the street shit, far as lean, pills, and ops, and all that. They ain't into like that kind of rap. They more into lyricism, and they'll hit you with some street stuff, oriented shit, but they more in the bars and all that, like the shit I be talking about. So
yeah, man, you're invested in other people right now. It's like
that's what they want to do. So I'm gonna try to help. You know what I'm
saying? When you were walking through, you taking the break, is this kind of when you're sitting back and watching, now getting to the right guys, the Team East Side and the Dope Boys cash out? Are you sitting back and watching this happen?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of younger guys come out because everybody get a turn, man. That's how it go. So yeah, I was seeing them come out, seeing a movement, along with other people, some other young guys. So everybody get a turn. At some point, somebody else gonna come out and do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was watching all their movements and stuff like that, seeing they grind. That's why I say I even saw how far they done came. You know what I'm saying? From where they was to where they at now. From them to Team East Side. Babyface Ray doing his thing now. Cover Double XL, the freshman cover and all that. He was on Jimmy Kimmel and that kind of stuff we never thought that'd happen 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not in Detroit. We were just seeing it with other people. We didn't think they'd do it, do it here or put us on like that. Or we get the respect to even do that. So it show you we done came a long way, man. The hard work paying off. And sometimes somebody got to open the door up. I hear all the time that you should have had a deal, you should have this, you should have that. There's a lot of stuff I could have, should have, would have. But sometimes you need certain people to open the door up and let everybody else run through it. And I feel like that's what we did as far as our era. You know what I'm saying? Now the floodgates are going through the door for our Detroit. So take advantage of it.
I feel like when a lot of people see you say, when we talked about, Big Sean reaching out and whatever, you kind of answered that accumulatively with just saying, like, nobody owes you anything to what you're saying. A lot of people feel like you are owed because you helped plant the seed again for what is now. But you're kind of not. You're not taking that side. You're kind of saying, like, everybody's their own man and everybody's builds their own way.
Man, listen, he can help somebody else that don't have no shot. It's somebody that need his help right now that ain't getting no kind of look. You know what I'm saying? That he can really help. So help them. Keep the next generation going. Let the next generation help them.
When you're coming up, well, I kind of brought that up to say, when you're coming up, are you looking back at how you handled helping people come up at the time? Because you're going through the struggle yourself. Like, you're trying to figure it out yourself. Like, you don't have time to look and figure out who you can bring up with you at the same time. Or were you that type of person that was having many people involved with you?
Well, I did. Like I told you, I had a camp. I had my man Devious and them. That's what I just told you. We had a whole camp, Got You Back Entertainment. I had artists, all that. But it was hard to keep everybody on the same page a little bit. Some people was worried about money and this and that, so let's get there and build. But we had a lot of talent. Devious, though, to this day, I'm still in touch with him. That's little bro. So, him, Coke, Solo, all of them, man. But yeah, I try to do it. I was putting too many irons in the fire, trying to do too many things at one time.
Yeah.
It's a process. You got to take your time. It's a marathon, and it ain't a sprint.
And I feel like it's hard too with artists because the volatility sometimes. You're dealing with different personalities and stuff like that.
That too.
Makes it difficult to
manage.
Too. Talk a little bit about the wave that you saw and leading up to the point of now. you're watching again the Doughboys and everything like that, and now it's leading to a point where you're getting to the 2017 era of music that's dropping and breaking in. You have producers taking over at that point too. You have First Day Out dropping, but just watching it all happen, were you a fan of it, or what was your perspective on it?
Yeah, I was a fan of it. I'm from the city. Yeah. If you ain't a hater, you glad. You know what I'm saying? Haters just the ones sitting around mad. We ain't mad.
Yeah.
The city was growing. Things are starting to materialize. People's getting opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That's all we ever wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I came up in the era when they wasn't even trying to give us an opportunity. Now we the hottest spot in the map. So, yeah, I was glad to see all that. Glad especially like for Helliver, who produced that First Day Out.
Yeah.
Because Helliver was running around with us too. He was a little younger than me, but he was right there too. Helliver always was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw his grand personally. We just sit up together, he make beats, and we be rapping together. His son, my son, his son Zay, my son Young Herc down in the basement playing Dreamcast. This when Dreamcast is out.
Dreamcast.
I know all these guys personally. Remember my whole story when I do my documentary it take days. We had to do a 5-part interview for you to get everything.
Okay.
But Helliver is one of the people who he got out the mud too, like I was talking. Yeah. When people be like, I got it out the mud. No, he did. And he loved to do music and he could rap. People always talk about his production. Helliver can spit his ass off. Yeah. So, I'm glad to see him finally get his respect too.
Yeah. And now this new wave.
Helliver made this beat, man. That's the Detroit sound. And Big Herc confirmed it. He got it out the mud. Much respect to Helliver. He got it out the mud and became the sound of Detroit.
Now we're just seeing the latest wave of Detroit music. Even if you want to refer to 2017, when you see T Grizzly come out with First Day Out, you see Sada Baby emerging, you see Payroll Giovanni finally getting like that real stamp, Cash Kid Mark, all these guys just coming out into the scene and watching this whole new wave too. And it's a whole new wave. It's probably very different from the type of music you remember making. Maybe the context is the same to some degree, but the approach is a little bit different, and the energy behind it might be a little bit different too. Just where the place it's coming from, plus the motivating factor to know that they can make money now.
Because that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
people getting some money, man. You got to take care of your bills. You got to be in the studio relaxed when you're making this music. You can't be stressed about when I go home is they're gonna put my shit out. People eat, getting some money now. So yeah, that's part I love for the young guys.
Yeah,
and like I say. It ain't no reason to have a hate mentality, man, because the more people get over here, the more it open up doors for, if you got a little cousin or a niece there, you don't know if they're going to end up being a rapper one day or want to rap. As long as that door keep open and staying open, they got a chance to get on themselves with it.
Yeah.
So you got to always love what's going on as far as the opportunities. I might not listen to everybody's music personally and all that, but I'm glad that they get money. Glad these young cats is able to feed their families. Glad they finally getting something respectful as far as the amount of money that they presenting and giving to us. And they earned it. They ain't really giving it to you, but you earned it. So a lot of cats never got what they really deserved, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like that at that time. So take advantage of all the opportunities, man, and all that.
For sure.
Monetize. Get that money off YouTube, whatever you can get. We didn't have them options. We didn't have the option to even do it. So I'm glad.
It's been awesome having you on, man.
Same thing that Ken Gordon said is like, yo, nigga, if you got your mama out the hood and you take care of your family, I don't give a fuck how your music sounds, nigga. Real shit. I say the same thing. I'm like, yo, much love and respect for the street shit and for the street sound. For me, I'm the hip hop sound, like they said, like it's separated. Detroit music is separated. We got the hip hop heads and we got the street music heads. But the street shit is what's promoted. But the industry pay homage to the hip hop side. Hashtag Eminem. But the sound of Detroit, we hear the street shit all through the radio.
Leonardo, is there anything you want to talk about before we tab out?
Not much. Just, we covered a lot, man. Like I say, just shout out to everybody doing their thing, man, in the city. Keep doing it. Keep that dope. And like I say, man, all gas, no brakes, man. Detroit on the map, and let's keep it like that. It took a long time to get where we at. Trust me, we know personally we was out there doing it. And now, you know, the city reaping the benefits, man. The artists reaping the benefits. You know, keep doing it.
Do you have a top 5 playlist right now for Detroit rap?
Nah, not really.
I know that was gonna be hard. I know I wasn't gonna get it.
It's depending what I'm feeling, man. What I like. And I like guys that don't even have a name sometimes.
Really?
So it don't just be the guys with names. That's the thing about me. I look for.
So that means Big Herc probably heard me, and I know he heard me because I know he had to been there that night.
It's in the rough too. We all know who doing their thing. I named them, and even more than that, you know what I'm saying. A lot of cats doing their thing. From Vezo, the PZ, like you say, Payroll, Babyface Ray. You know, a lot of I hear about a lot of other cats, Baby Monies, Baby Trons. I ain't never really heard all their stuff, but I'm hearing about their names. Cash Kid, like, I mean, keep going. My sons finally, you know what I'm saying, started to get a little notoriety like they deserve. But a lot of these cats is on, like I say, that I named off the top.
Yep.
I'm glad for him, man. Get that money. And Vezo always showed me respect. About 3 or 4 interviews he did, gave me a shout out in them. Much respect, little Brody. And, you know, y'all keep doing it, man.
For sure, man. It's been an honor having you aboard here, man. Thank you for being part of this.
Interview with Big Herc. That's on Kid L channel. And yeah, man, it was an amazing fucking journey. You know, real shit. Just thinking about what I was doing around the time. You know, it's good to hear Big Herc. It's good to hear Big Herc. At the motherfucking get a nigga Lifetime Achievement Award at the Zen Spot. He had to hear me. I don't know if he stayed, you know, after he got the award, but you know, like he said, he listened to niggas with no name. So I know he probably heard me before. They're like, yo, this is Herc. Oh, probably. But shit, man. Shouts out to everybody for coming through. You already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody coming through. Shout out to Bronx River. Bronx River, Chino, Brown. Shout out to Jada Mindset. You knew, bro. Have you came through before, but you seem new. You seem new. But yeah, man, this is Mr. Fuck the Government, the Revolutionary MC. I'm the George Carlin of rap. Nigga, this is motherfucking Detroit hip hop stories. Discussing Big Herc. Yeah, Big Herc was the nigga. I told y'all niggas wait till Janetta get out. You know. But yeah, dog. I don't know who I'm gonna do next because there ain't really too many Detroit legendary interviews. A whole bunch of shit is all broken up into small videos and shit. Then it's some bullshit. So I'm like, I'm trying to find like a nice, decent interview to listen to, breakdown or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about Esham, we talked about King Gordy, and this was Big Herc. And we talked about Obi Trice and D12 and Worcester 5-9 and shit. So yeah. So this your man Server K tell you what it do with the Detroit hip hop stories. I'm out. Peace.